It's no secret that there's been a recent explosion of new players in FF14, and with so many classes to level and so many things to do, you'd think it's like a job. And well, it is. But it's a lot better than your 9 to 5 for $9 an hour. So anyways, new or not, here's a video on how to effectively level jobs in FF14. This video is mostly for people leveling alternative jobs, but these will work for your first job as well. So pick up whatever job you want from its respective job quest giver, equip your weapon, and once you're naked in the middle of a highly populated town, you're ready to get leveling. In this video, we'll be talking about 5 primary ways you can level up your alt classes, including Hunting Log, Levequests, Deep Dungeons, running highest level dungeons on repeat, and daily roulette. And after we're all done talking about those methods of leveling, we'll talk about bonus XP items as well, because you should definitely take advantage of those. Oh, and one quick note before we get leveling, make sure if you're going to buy gear for your alt class that you don't buy it off the market board, because you're going to get scammed. If you're in one of the starting towns, you should be able to get access to low level gear for really cheap if you go to the NPCs near the market board in each respective town. Just a little bonus tip in case you're tight on gil. Let's get started by beating up some small fantasy animals, fungi, and insects. The Hunting Log is a feature in Final Fantasy that gives bonus experience for defeating a certain number of specific enemies. It can be a really fast way to level up from levels 1 to 15 because you're also getting combat XP at the same time. Go to the Hunting Log in your menus, hover over any logs you haven't finished, and it should tell you what area of the map those enemies will be in. You can always Google the locations if you get lost. The wiki does have exact coordinates listed where spawns are. But don't tell PETA I told you this. If these small animals and insects don't cut it though, you can go to Levequests and kill other small animals and insects. Levequests are repeatable quests that are modifiable in a way where you can increase the difficulty of the quest in exchange for a higher XP result. The change in difficulty only applies to combat Levequests, but they are a really nice way to get some quick XP while also doing some combat, though arguably they are a lot better for crafters, and I personally would recommend using one of the other methods over Levequests, but it gives you a different way to level up if you're getting tired of the other ones. The lowest level starting Levequests are in Limsa Lominsa, Ul'dah, and New Gridania. They're all going to have this little silver icon above them. Once you pick up the quest, you go to the location that's green highlighted on your map, click on the quest, and you can activate it. Once again though, these are better for crafting and gathering jobs. I'm going to recommend you some better ways to level up your combat classes. The next method, and arguably the best method to level up quickly, is going to be Deep Dungeons. Deep Dungeons are an instanced mode where you get isekai'd into Pokemon Mystery Dungeon with Final Fantasy enemies. You're going to start at level 1 on floor 1, and the goal is to complete 10 floors to reach a checkpoint. Every 10 floors you'll have to beat a boss, and once you reach a checkpoint you can keep descending until you're either knocked out or until you want to take a break. As you come across silver chests, you'll be able to gain Aether Pool in your armor and weapons, which acts as your stats inside of the dungeon. When you reach floor 51, you'll be able to start a new dungeon from floor 50 with characters level 60 inside the dungeon, and running floor 50 to 60 on repeat is the best way to earn quick experience for Palace of the Dead. At level 61 though, you can start running Heaven on High instead of Palace of the Dead, which is the other deep dungeon in the game currently, and you're going to want to spam floors 21 to 30. Deep dungeons are my personal favorite way of leveling alts because your level outside of the dungeon doesn't actually matter because you're leveling up inside of it and you get to learn the class while earning a huge sum of experience, though it can get a little mind-numbing. To unlock Palace of the Dead, you'll need to complete the quest The House That Death Built, and you can pick up that quest from this ugly child in New Gridania, and to actually enter Palace of the Dead, you'll need to go to Quarry Mill to talk to this ugly adult. And for Heaven on High, you'll need to talk to this ugly pirate to give you the quest Knocking on Heaven's Door, which I think he meant to give to the ugly lizard who actually lets you into Heaven on High. If deep dungeons aren't really your speed, you can run the highest level dungeon you have access to over and over if that's more of what you want to do. Are you tired of people or long queues though? There is a way around that too with the Squadron system. So Squadrons allow you to put together a team of NPCs that'll fill roles and allow you to go into dungeons without the social requirements. The downside is that they're a little bit slow, but it lets you take content at your own pace, newest slice of life in one tab, Final Fantasy on the other. To unlock Squadrons, you need to reach 2nd Lieutenant rank with your Grand Company, which will take a bit of time, but it's totally worth it because it unlocks apartments and hunts as well. And when you beat Shadowbringers dungeons, you're able to run those dungeons with story NPCs in the form of a trust. They're a little bit faster than your Squadron, but Shadowbringers dungeons are also longer, and they're only available at level 71+. And the last main source of leveling that we're going to talk about today is duty roulettes. Curb your current gambling addiction with content gambling. If you've made it to level 80 before, you've probably already done these, but I find that a lot of new players have no idea there are so many roulette options. So the biggest XP bonuses are going to be your main scenario quest or MSQ, alliance raids, daily leveling roulette, and daily frontline. There are other roulettes like trials and normal raids that'll get you a slight bump in XP, but I would focus on the big 4 first, and then if you're looking for the extra XP, go ahead and do trials and raids. Level 50, 60, 70 dungeons are a decent source of XP, however they're not as good as the big 4, but they take just as long as daily leveling, so it's up to you if you want to do those, but again it is a nice chunk of XP. If you don't have access to alliance raids, you can complete the Crystal Tower quest line, and once you have that raid unlocked, all you have to do to get the roulette is to unlock any other alliance raids other than Crystal Tower after you've unlocked it. Could be Void Ark, could be Rabanastra, just any of the other expansion alliance raids. To unlock Frontline, you need to complete the quest like Civilized Men and Women, which can be found right outside your Grand Company hub. Those are the 5 essential ways you can level up alternate classes in Final Final Fantasy XIV. However, there are combat XP bonuses that you can get, which I want to briefly go over before we end the video. On screen now is a chart of XP bonuses that you can get from doing various things. For example, food gives you a 3% XP bonus, which seems fairly small, but it really adds up over time. Another thing you can do to get a lot of bonus XP is to join an FC that invites you early and use the Heat of Battle buff that they give. If the FC is big enough and active, you'll be basically always having 15% more bonus XP. However, if you do join a smaller FC, you might not see that buff up all the time. You can get another 15% from the Squadron Battle Manual, which you can pick up from your Grand Company. The Moogle Cap, Helm of Light, and Friendship Circlet all give a bonus of 20% XP. However, the Friendship Circlet goes all the way to level 25, so that'll be your best choice, and you get that from referring a friend. The brand new ring will be one of your best friends when you're leveling, because you're able to get this from the Hall of the Novice, which is an in-game set of instances that are really easy to complete that just basically show you how to play your role, and that works up to level 30. There are 3 external sources of bonus experience that you can get without using any items at all, and the first major one is Rested XP, which you basically get from touching grass. It's going to give you 50% bonus XP whenever you're in combat, and you can increase the amount of Rested XP you get by logging out at an inn. The next bonus I want to talk about is the Armory bonus, and this is essentially why people say to level up a class all the way to 80 before working on alt classes. Once you get a class maxed out, you're going to get bonus experience on every other class that's below that class's level. AKA, you're always getting an XP bonus if you have a class maxed out, so you should definitely take one class to 80 following the main story quest line before you start leveling alts, just because it'll make it a lot easier to level alts in the future. And the last one is my favorite one because it helped me out a lot when I made a character, but the Road to 70 bonus is a bonus that you get for playing on preferred worlds. And when you make a character on a preferred world, you're basically getting double XP your entire playthrough up to 90 days or up until the world is no longer preferred. And by entire playthrough, I mean up to level 70. So those are all the main sources of bonus XP, and if you can think of any other ones, let me know in the comments. But those should help you a lot, especially if you stack them up. It makes the leveling process a lot more bearable, so definitely give it a shot. I have heard through the grapevine that there is one more way to get bonus experience that's not listed officially on Final Fantasy, and that's by liking this video and subscribing to the YouTube channel. Make sure to do those if you want a chance at bonus XP. I can't confirm it's gonna work, but I'm pretty sure it does. I don't know, you might as well try it. Anyways, I hope this guide encouraged you to put some clothes on and level up your alt class, and I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy Eorzea, everyone.